Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Brad Tort. I am the creator of this 135D. Today is October 29th, 2022. This thing is officially live on Bring a Trailer Auction right now. It will be live until November 5th of 2022. So with that said, I just wanted to give you guys a walk around video of this build, talk about everything I've done to it, and just go from there on it. So this is a 2010. It started its life out as a BMW 135i with the M57 engine in it. I removed that engine and swapped in a 2010 BMW M57 engine. It has a lot of mods done to it as well. So without further ado, let me just pop the hood and we'll go through some of the engine mods. Like I said, this engine came out of a 2010 BMW 335D. I actually found it locally. It was a complete 335D vehicle and was in no accidents whatsoever. I just wanted a clean donor car to start out with, one that wasn't in accidents, one that had a great maintenance schedule on it, and all the records on it. So with my previous build, I did not have that, and I spent most of my time piecing together a lot of parts on eBay. With a donor car that I had complete, I could just swap everything in and go from there on it and not have to worry about a lot. So like I said, this is an M57 engine. The gearbox in this is actually an 8HP 70, and that came from a 2015 535D. I sourced that on car-part.com. It was from LKQ. It had 5,000 miles on it when I got it. So and I know that because it was super clean inside. I actually did some digging around on the transmission. It was a BMW North America owned vehicle, so it was probably a test vehicle for something. But anyway, that transmission is swapped in here and mated to this engine with an adapter plate. They never came with the 8-speed transmission, only the 6-speed automatics in these. So that's ran by a standalone turbo laminate computer on it. So all the CAN bus communicates to each other, and it's actually a sweet system. You could go in there and change the mapping around if you want to. It really runs great. So there's Colt camshafts in this that give it a little bit more horsepower at higher RPM. I have a dual CP3 R70 fuel pump setup here. So this is an aftermarket setup, so it's just an additional fuel pump on this vehicle. We have an ATM intercooler on it, all silicone charge pipe clamps, so you can assure there's no boost leaks on it. ATM cold air intake, all the vacuum lines were done. I have hybrid Pro Turbo Stage 2 turbos on it. All the cooling systems gone through. There's a fluid damper on it. Pretty much any part that I could put new on this vehicle without digging into, like, opening up the engine, I put on it. We also have ATM fuel system over here, a filter system to just filter out the diesel fuel. So this is a M3 cowling system. So we have M3 strut brace on it, and then the M3 cowling, it just opens up the engine compartment, makes it look really good. And that's pretty much everything I've done to the engine. It really turned out great. Everything that you see on top here, how clean it is up top, it is absolutely just as clean on the bottom. This thing was fully gone through and tediously cleaned when I put it back together. So without further ado, we'll talk about the outside of this. So the front headlights are OEM European style headlights, so they don't have the amber turning signals on them. They're also the LCI that has the top bar on it. It has a 1M replica front bumper on it with fog lights, a carbon fiber splitter on it. And then if we go over to the side here, these are 1M replica fiberglass fenders. And it utilizes the 1M turning signals on the side. I just stuck to doing the 1M replica stuff just because if I were to do the actual 1M body components, I would have to do side skirts on it. I would have to cut off the rear quarter panels and weld new ones on, and that's really something I did not want to do. just because I want to try and leave this car as stock as possible. Paint work on this vehicle. The hood was repainted, the front fenders, the front rear bumpers, the 2 doors, the mirror caps, and that's it on it. My dad is a painter of 45 years, so he professionally did all the paint on it. It's done with PPG paint, and it really turned out amazing on it. So up front here, I got VRM wheels on it, painted in Moonlight Bronze, and we are running some Firehawk Firestone tires, ND 500s. I mean, they're not the most expensive tire, but they're pretty grippy for the price. And then I have M240i front brakes. Those are 340 millimeters. I have the calipers up front and then the calipers in the rear. And it's also sitting on Olin road and track coilovers as well. So they're fully adjustable and dampening and ride height as well. So pretty cool. These are OEM 1M mirrors that are winged. They had to go on with this body style. They look awesome. So coming around to the back here, we have the carbon fiber lip spoiler. This is M Performance from ECS Tuning. I custom made my 135D badge on there. We have quad exhaust tip. The rear section of the exhaust is actually from a BMW 1M factory. I have the LCI updated LED rear taillights on it, and as you can see right here, we got PDC front and rear. And yeah, I think that's pretty much everything on the outside. The thing looks awesome. If we come around to this side, you can see here the window goes down when you open up the vehicle. But on the interior we have some Alcantara bits to kind of tie in that racing theme. I'll get around to the other side. We have M4 front seats in it. They just look awesome. But so on the inside here, I'm utilizing a M240 center console here with the 8HP shifter, and up here I got the F15 iDrive system, which is really awesome. This is not a Chinese aftermarket system. This is actually OEM NBT Evo. I believe it's ID 6 or 7, but this is straight up BMW infotainment system. So everything's integrated together. You can see we got the maps here, navigation system. Like I said, everything is OEM on here. So it's really an awesome system. It communicates with the CAN bus. And yeah, over here we got the ID4 Evo digital gauge cluster on it. It's pretty neat. There's a few different themes that you could choose from here. So this is just like the stock mode. We could shoot down to the race skin, and it just puts in a different skin. I mean, it's absolutely awesome. So we have the AZ auto wheel, and we got paddle shifters here as well. And for the radio system, it utilizes a M5 amp and M5 individual subwoofers, and the rest of the sound system is by BAV Sound. So it really does sound good. We got factory sunroof. Everything works in this vehicle, so it's pretty cool. But literally I had to strip this whole entire vehicle down to just the shell, and I merged the 335D wiring harness and put it into this vehicle. So the car basically thinks it's a 335D, so if you had any issues with the vehicle, you could just go off a 335D wiring schematic. Everything is the same. So heat works, AC works. This car is just, it's such an awesome car, and it handles amazing, and it's got a ton of power too. So whoever gets it, they're going to get a heck of a car. The only reason why I'm selling this is because I'm actually purchasing a house here very quickly, so this has to go. And I mean, Honestly, I enjoy building these cars. You know, I love working with my hands, so I get my kick out of building cars and sort of spending money on parts and upgrades for them. So don't get me wrong, I do love to drive them, but building is kind of my passion. And this thing is something no one else has. This is one of one. You're going to be different versus all the other 135s that show up at the car meets with a huge single turbo. I mean, this thing, it's a head turner, and the engine is absolutely fantastic. It's a rock solid engine and very well proven. So, but yeah, that's the basic walk around of this vehicle. And good luck on bidding on this thing.